Hey YouTube, it's your girl Miss TL, and I wanted to come to you for a brief moment to give you a review of my new little look right now that I just tried on because I just got it in the mail, and it's from BH Cosmetics. As you can see, the lip is dark. I want to give you a little review. I like the lipstick, it's creamy, um, it feels good on my lips. Um, it's called Crash, and this is by BH Cosmetics. It the lipstick was $5, so I think they had a sale going on. And I do have on their eyeshadow as well, and I have on Smashbox and Bare Minerals eyeliners. So if you wanted to know what I had on, but I just wanted to try something different, a little new. And I actually like the look. It looks nice. Um, I also ordered some new brushes from them. This was $10 for this set, and I'm looking forward to using their brushes. They're really nice, and it comes in this package. So, um, if you want something new that's cost efficient, look into BH Cosmetics. They have some nice line of stuff from their company. Now, I wanted to get into some stuff about the civil rights movement. I feel like we're in 2015. I don't know if you guys have been watching the news, but um, they have been talking about all these black churches that's been burning in the South. And I just find it to be interesting that as a child, I grew up in the city of Baltimore, which taught us about black history. When I moved to the county as middle school on throughout high school, we didn't learn too much about black history. But when I went to college, I learned more about black history and African American studies than ever. And it all started, well, it's starting because, of course, there's been a lot of homicides of young black men or just black men in general who've been shot down by the police or have been killed by other residents. The one guy who did go to jail in Florida, he did get life, I think, when he shot those guys, when he had that altercation in the gas station. And I think that's the only person so far that's been convicted of their crimes. But I really do feel like I'm reading about civil rights in the news right now, and I know we're living in the time of the end and so forth, but it's just kind of like weird because when you read about these things, you're learning about, and you're like, okay, well, this is this and this is that, but um, now it's just like I don't know, it's a little weird. So the KKK has arisen. They then took down the Confederate flags, which I want to say one thing about the Confederate flag because the Confederate flag was not a symbol for racism. From my understanding of reading about it in history, it had to do with the Confederacy of the South. So when the oh goodness, I can't even think of the name of the war, the Civil War, duh. When that was fought, you had North and you had the South that were fighting against each other. So people want to really do their research about the Confederate flag. Really should do that. I'm not saying that it shouldn't come down or it should stay up. Honestly and truly, I don't care because at the end of the day, you still want to have people that's racist. So I think they're just making it into politics, which I don't get involved in. I'm neutral, so we all know how that's gonna go. So I just feel like, unfortunately, we just we're living in a time where racism still exists and it's coming out more and more, and it's just unfortunate that people look at people's skin color and the way that they're raised and they automatically X them out and put them in a certain category. And I think we all do it as human beings. You know, we X each other out and we are racist or stereotypical towards each other, you know. So I just think it's kind of sad that they're burning down churches. Um, the guy who went in there and killed 9 members of the church and then left someone, you know, that's just sad. left someone alive so that they could go and tell that he did it and he's not sorry, but yet the people forgive him for doing it. It's just a whole bunch of mess that's going on. And if he was the cause of starting something, I guess, you know, they're responding by burning down these black churches. So I don't know. It's just weird because, like I said, we read about these things in African American studies coming up in school and how this thing happened during the civil rights era, and I feel like it's just a repeat of itself. And that's just my thoughts on it. One thing I do want to talk about is Baltimore, Maryland, and the crime that's going on here. Now, like I said, as a child, I grew up in Baltimore City, and I remember the crime because the drugs were so bad. Oh, drugs messed up everything. It was like a drug war. You had shootings, you had killings everywhere because of drugs. Now, I'm not sure what's going on right now. Um, we all remember the riots and what happened, um, because of supposedly Freddie Gray. But I don't think that it had anything to do with Freddie Gray, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, that part of Baltimore, if anybody knows, especially in the Mondawmin area, that area has been built up recently. They have Coppin State, which I'm alumni of, and they have Mondawmin Mall, which I'm hearing that it is the most profitable mall in Baltimore. So when all this stuff was going on in the news, the kids were supposed to be meeting up and having a purge, which we know the movie The Purge was when you have one day to commit a crime and that was it. So sometimes you want to step back and you want to really look back on what's going on. Yes, Freddie Gray's death um, did start to take a role in it, but a lot of people were doing things that didn't have anything to do with Freddie Gray. They just were attacking the police, and then they started, burning down buildings. They did a lot of damage to people's cars, and they did a lot of stealing. And that has nothing to do with Freddie Gray. As we know, I don't think anybody has been indicted or arrested in this trial against him either. And it's been a few months past that. So the crime rate has gone up tremendously. And it's reminding me of the early 90s. I'm like, everything is repeating itself. So in the 90s, as y'all know, we got all these shows about the wire and the corner and all of that. That stuff was true. That stuff is very true. And unfortunately, you go to Maryland today and in Baltimore, and it's still like that. Houses are boarded up, people don't live in it, it's poor, it's poverty. But in the month of May, it was 100 shootings, 44 murders. Unfortunately, I know some people who have been murdered during that month. Unfortunately, I didn't want to hear that, but people are losing their lives. This Monday just passed. It's been, I think, 10 people got shot on one day. And it's not funny, but it's just sad. So sometimes you have to look at the overall picture. Was it for Freddie Gray, or was people committing murders, or is it drugs again? Because all the stuff that they got from that CVS, who they actually caught, the guy who went and burnt down the store, they caught him. So, I don't know if it's drugs, gangs, or whatever the case may be. But as you can see, the city of Baltimore is in disarray. And I don't know what's going on. I stay clear of Baltimore City if I can. I try my hardest not to go down there for anything because of what's going on. You never know. Unfortunately, it's just like that. On a happier note, I want to give a shout out to BET for the BET Awards this year. It was very entertaining, and I really, really like Smokey Robinson's performance and Bad Boy performance. So if you get a chance, I'm sure they will be playing the BET Awards um, a lot because you know they repeat it, but it was really good. The only thing I didn't like that much was Janet's tribute. I think they could have did more, but the people who performed did very well. Tinashe gave you that. Janet Jackson, you know, Pleasure Principle, Phil. Jason Derulo did his part for All For You, and Sierra, she just did it with F. So it was nice. I just feel like Janet Jackson could have did something. She could have did the new song for all I cared, although I didn't want to hear the new song. But I am excited that Janet is on tour. I'm sure me and my cousin will be going because we went to her number one tour when she did her number ones, and I love that tour. I don't know why I haven't seen Janet Jackson on tour. I haven't seen everybody, but I haven't seen Janet Jackson. And we just finally saw her in DC a few years ago when she did her number ones tour, and she did an excellent job. So when she comes out with this tour, I do plan on being there. So hopefully Miss Janet will perform. But BT did a great job. I'm really thinking about going next year because I want to see the tribute for the Temptations. I think they're doing next year, and I think it's only one member of the Temptations alive. I mean, well, of the real group, but and not to say that the other group is not real, but you know, the one who got the classic songs normally is the original ones who came up to be the Temptations. So I look forward to seeing that, and I enjoy seeing Chris Brown perform as well. I love Chris Brown as an entertainer. He does a very good job. I'm not really on this Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj thing, although I do like their songs. But I just feel like their relationship is a little fake, and I know it doesn't matter what I say or do, they're gonna express their love the way they want to. But both of them being in the media for so long, I think it's kind of like a force we gotta like them type, you know, thing. And I'm not really feeling them. I haven't felt them from the beginning. She's been engaged for 10 years, and or she was in a relationship for 10 years, and now all of a sudden she been with somebody for a month or two, and this is a whole big hoopla. Like, no, I'm just not buying it right now. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm just not for this whole Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill type thing. And he did an interview with Angie Martinez yesterday, and it was okay. It was a nice interview. I just feel like this is something that has to be forced on us. But I do like the Pink Print album. That's the one album I will say that I like by Nicki Minaj, the one that I purchased. I think that's the only one I had purchased. Maybe Roman Reloaded, I think. I'm not sure. I wasn't really into her until that Pink Print. So, and that's the last one that came out. So I feel like she's a little bit more real now in her performance and her music. And I did like when Lil Kim came out in her, you know, pose that she was known for. And if people don't know by now, that's Nicki Minaj, you know, protege, obviously, because Lil Kim back in the day, she was hot and you know she made classic stuff. I don't know if I can be like, oh well, 20 years from now I'm gonna still be singing Nicki Minaj. I'm probably not, but I didn't like K Michelle and Tamar whole little skit. I was here for Patty, but not K Michelle and Tamar. Sorry, and I probably won't be buying any more music from either one of them. It's just I can't, not with them. But I had purchased K Michelle's two albums in the past. She blocked me on Twitter, so she's very petty. I won't be buying anything from her. She got issues. And Tamar obviously has issues. I haven't supported her since I think I seen the first episode of the Braxtons, and I just can't with her on the real. When they was on Family Feud, Celebrity, I had issue with that. I don't know. They just irritate me to me. So, K Michelle need to work out because your butt can't be just inflated and you not do maintenance on it. So please work out, K Michelle. Please. Because that butt is ugly looking like that. Men must like it, that's fine. But, you know, and like you said, you do what you want to do. It's your life. I got it. Let's see, anything else that's been going on? Tiger album came out last week and he streamed it for free. I think he only sold 4,000 copies from my understanding if I was looking right on Twitter. And then Twitter, I mean, Complex put that out that he should retire and stop making music and da 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 da. So Tiger responded and he said he put out that album last week and streamed it for free and he got over 1 million streams. So I think he's doing it because of label issues as he stated in his statement on Twitter. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't have the album. I've never had an album by Tiger. I know him and Chris Brown got a album together, which I need to listen to because Apple Music just came out, and you can stream for 3 months for free, and then it's $9.99. Um, After 3 months, it's $9.99 a month, and then $14.99 for a family one. So I might have to just check it out and see what his album is like. I mean, you can't be mad and judge the man. I don't know most of his music. All I know is Rack City Chick, which was popular, and Faded. So I know him, Lil Wayne, and all of them are going through issues with the label of Cash Money. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what he does in the future. And his baby mother was there. Rihanna was there, and Karuchi was there for Chris Brown. So it was just very interesting these past couple of days. Black China and Amber came supporting, I guess, the gay marriage ruling, and which I thought was interesting because she came with Machine Gun Kelly too. So I'm not sure if they all had a relationship going on or what. Black China doesn't say much about anything really. And it's just weird that she was best friends with Kim Kardashian, and then now she's best friends with Amber Rose, and Amber Rose and Kim Kardashian don't get along. So it's weird, but this is Hollywood for y'all. Well, people do that in real life, so I can't even say that's Hollywood. People do this in real life. But that's all I have for now. This video is kind of long, so thank y'all for watching. Just a few things that I had to get off my chest. There's a lot going on these past couple of days, and I know I haven't even covered everything. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe. Um, please support BH Cosmetics. They have a nice line for cheap. And at iTunes Radio, pretty good app so far. I like it. I like it. And I hope you all have a good, safe weekend. It's a holiday weekend, and a lot of people like to drink and party and fireworks and all of that. So everybody be safe out there, depending on what you're gonna do. All right, thanks for watching.